Hello, hello, hello,
Hello,
and welcome to Heal My Marriage podcast. I'm your host, Tara,
and I'm Pedro.
and we are back with another episode today
That's right.
for
That's
you
right.
guys this
Even
week.
though it's been a struggle this week,
Listen, but we can do
the
all things
camera
through
keep
Christ.
breaking. The camera keep shutting down.
Right.
Oh my goodness, we didn't think we was gonna get this done.
But listen, like I
God
said,
is good.
we can do all things through Christ, which strengthens
That's
us.
right. Because
So we,
God is good
just have
all
to
the
keep
time.
trying all the time. God is good.
You're supposed to say all the time, and then I'm supposed to say God is
Oh,
good.
that's right. Sorry.
You just messed up the whole black thing.
I
You
know.
know.
Oh, sorry.
Because you always got to jump ahead, just like a woman.
I know. Oh my
Just
God.
like my wife. Just
Good.
like a woman.
Oh my God.
Whatever.
My bad.
Yeah. Ooh, you're bad. Wait, can we write this down?
So yeah, we got another episode for you guys today, and the title of this episode is "Do I Need My Spouse?"
Season 5, episode 3.
That's right. And so we're gonna talk about this today. It's very interesting. My husband's playing was it a podcast? It was
I don't
something he was
remember.
playing in the
Maybe a
car. But
reel.
anyway, he was playing something, and they was talking about it, and I thought it was very interesting.
It was a reel.
Conversation.
It was a woman
It
that
was a
said
reel,
the
right.
girl had called her girl.
Mm-hmm.
A friend of hers had called her, told her, "Oh, my husband this, my husband that, da 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 da."
Mm-hmm.
It's like we should talk about that.
Yeah. So thought it was needed. But yeah, I'm excited to talk about it and bring our thoughts and perspective to what we think about that whole scenario, because that's something that I have said to you before in the past.
I've gone to sleep praying. Do I need my spouse?
So
Lord
yeah,
have mercy. Do I need my spouse?
yeah. So you want to pray before we get started?
Sure.
Yeah, go ahead.
Heavenly Father, we want to thank you for joining us today as we have this conversation. We hope that the words coming out of our mouth will be inspiring or helpful to somebody as they are helpful to us. Thank you for your love and your mercy and your everlasting grace. For this, I pray in your holy name. Amen.
Amen. So yeah, we're gonna just jump right in.
Yeah. So do I need my spouse?
Yeah. Do I need you?
I don't know. Do you?
Yes.
Well,
I absolutely
I
do.
I thought I was, I do read the Bible, but I don't always bring a biblical texts. But I did think of one right off the back in Genesis 2:18, where I gotta find it now. I mean, I know it, but I want to make sure I say it right.
That's okay. It's okay.
Then the Lord God said, "It is not good for the man to be alone."
That's right.
So
yeah,
we actually had the discussion today up in worship.
Yeah, we did with the kids.
Yeah, because the kids was like, one was like, "I ain't getting married." It was like, "So you're gonna be a virgin? You're gonna be by yourself, like by you for the rest of your life?" And she looked at us like, "Huh?" And I was like, "So what, you gonna be fornicating?" And she was like, "Huh?"
Yeah.
Like, what? Excuse you? You're gonna, Anyway, we're not gonna get into that.
Yeah.
Not having children and not having a spouse are two different things.
Yeah. I totally agree with that.
You know.
But yeah. So getting back to the topic.
I know. Do I need my spouse?
Right. Do I need my spouse?
Sorry.
So yeah, we digress.
That just bothers me a little bit what she said.
Yeah,
but,
it did. Yeah, but it's good. It's all good though, because at the end of the day, I just think that's what she thinks now, that she don't need to, that she won't get married and she won't have kids, and that's you just gonna be in limbo. Then just gonna be yourself in life and working and doing.
God's gonna be her man.
Yeah. So
hopefully,
I just think that's just what she thinks now. It could change, I'm saying. I think it will change.
She's too thing to know.
And she's 14, so
whatever.
Anyway.
14 going on 30.
Right, that part. But I always, at one point I remember mentioning that to you one time when we had an argument, saying to you, Pedro, I don't need you. I don't need you. I don't need this. And I think when I said that, it was up under the pretense of I don't want to deal with this situation. I don't want to deal with being mad anymore. I don't want to deal with all of the stuff that we was dealing with. I just wanted to let it go. And I think sometimes people say that out of anger. People say it out of anger because they mad at the moment and they feel like, I don't need you. I don't need this in my life right now. Like, oh, I just want to be done. But to say that to your spouse in the sense of, I don't need you, I can do this all by myself. You know what I'm saying? I don't need, I can do this. That's hurtful.
Well, it was the last time that you left.
It's absolutely hurtful.
When we was in Bermuda, the last time you left and went back to the States. Is what you was telling me, that you don't need me. He was like, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna get a job. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. And I was like, okay, let's see if you really gonna be. But at the same token, you did need me because you had to get a place, you had to get the kids in school. That was an expensive trip.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
We got them into Oakwood. You
Mhm.
got into a nice condo.
Mhm.
Thankful you had a car already.
Yeah.
So we didn't have to worry about that.
Yeah. But you know, just me going into
so you
that
didn't need me then? Because you sure needed me then.
No, it ain't about me needing you for that. You know what I'm saying? Because we were still married. You know what I'm saying? So at that time, I was thinking we was going through a lot of financial situations. So I'm like, you know what, you can't do this all by yourself. You know what I'm saying? It was getting very strenuous. I thought it was just
so the thought process,
but the thought process for me was
to leave and go get a job in the States when you had nobody to watch the kids, but you don't let nobody watch the kids.
Right. But at the time, that was in my mind that this can work. You know what I'm saying? And then at the end of the day, I wasn't happy. I wasn't happy with what was going on between us. So I wanted to just get away from it because I just wasn't happy.
Thank you.
So then, you know, so at that time, I felt like, let me finish. So at that time, I felt like I didn't need you.
Okay, so that's the crux. Had nothing to do about you trying to go get a job. You were just trying to get away.
Yes.
Okay, so that because you always say, you know, I was thinking about getting a job. No, you just wanted to get away.
I did. And I needed time to myself. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like
finally admitted it after all these years.
I always have said that to you, though.
Haven't.
Yes, I have. Because I felt like at that time, I just didn't want to deal with you. I was like, I just need time away because I can't deal with how he's acting right now.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
The camera's acting up. We don't know how to fix
it. So, but yeah, it's just one of those things.
We got a new camera, so folks, sorry about that. Let's see.
Just come in the frame. Come in the frame.
There we go.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how I felt at the time, and that's because I did the hand gesture thing.
What? Don't do hand.
I didn't mean to do that. I know. I didn't mean to do that.
So why don't you fix it while we talk?
Yeah. So yeah. So
we don't want to tell me don't do no hand gestures, and you the first one to do the hand gestures.
I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you know, not let this down.
Yeah. So anyway, I just felt like at the time I just didn't want to have to deal with you. You know, we was arguing all the time. It was always something going on. I just didn't want to have to deal with it.
No. I mean, you know, that's part of marriage. Marriage is hard work.
It is. It's absolutely.
I actually have a question. So there's 3 words. I love you, and I don't. Well, that's 4 words. I don't need you, or I love you. Which one do you think is harder to say?
What? I love you.
Say it again.
It's hard to say I love you.
Which one is harder? I'm sorry. 3 words. I love you, or I need you. Which one is harder?
I need you.
Okay.
I need you. It's harder.
Because we are people that we don't think we need anybody.
We don't think we need anyone. We think we could do it all ourselves.
Yeah, I just want to see if he was on the same page as me.
You know what I'm saying? We think we could do everything ourselves, and you know, it's one of those things. How you do this to move it up? Anyway, we dealing with this dog on camera.
No.
Yeah, so
you did something where you did, you know, and now
I didn't mean to do that.
I can't believe you did that.
I know, it was crazy.
I'm gonna just have to squeeze over like this to you.
You like being close to me?
Nah,
anyway.
not really.
So anyway, so now it's just dealing with the fact that saying that you don't need your spouse is just it's hurtful, it's disrespectful.
But why do you think it's hard to say that I need you?
Because it's like saying, it's like making you feel like you have to depend on the person. Like, oh, you know, now I got to, you know, do this or that. You know what I mean? Now I got to wait on him or her to do this. You know what I mean? Like saying that you need that person to some people can be like, they don't want to feel like they have to ask.
And okay, here's the next question. Do you think it's harder for women? It's harder for men to say those 3 words.
I could say for both, maybe.
Maybe. Okay.
Maybe for both. You know, it may be an ego thing for some people. Maybe for some certain men, certain women to say that they need their spouse.
Yeah.
It could be an ego thing. You know, don't want to have to lower their standards in some ways.
Maybe.
For that person. So that could be the case.
I don't know. I'm trying to think. Because it just popped in my head. I think it's gonna sound like I think it's harder for women. I think it would be harder for women. Well, maybe because of our experience. I think it was hard for you to think that because your thing wasn't that you wanted to contribute more than what you thought you was contributing. You didn't think you was contributing much to the relationship, but you was.
Mm-hmm.
But in your mind, you didn't because you saw this. I guess you saw the stress and me having 2-3 jobs and stuff, and you was like,
well, you was stressed. There you wasn't.
Yeah, I was stressed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I can handle it though.
Pedro, really? You handling stress?
What? Okay, Tar, you don't think I'm stressed now?
Are you stressed?
I have stressful days. Yes, we all have stress in our lives, Tar. But now in our marriage now, you handle it differently.
Yeah.
So you let me do certain things that will allow me to decompress the stress, whereas before you wouldn't.
Oh, so what do you do now to decompress the stress?
Just time by myself. Sometimes, just sit down in a dark room, just meditate, read or something, just sometimes sit there and just think, just, figure it out and then come back to you and say, hey, this is the solution. This is the problem. This is a solution. Run things by you. You just give me an answer, not a solution, and then go with that. Yeah. Like, sometimes I come to you and say, I want to do this. And you'd be like, you think it's a good idea? Yeah, because I think this is what ABC is going to happen. And if you don't, XYZ is going to happen. Okay, right. Which option do you want? Right. And then you pick an option and we go with that. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. And I guess that's from my experience. But saying, I think as soon as I met you, I knew I was going to need you. So I didn't have no problem saying I need you. But if you're saying you don't need your spouse, it's just like saying, why we even married? Why we even doing this? Why we even trying to make this thing work? Why? I guess if you were saying I don't need you, yeah, why? So then go try and see if you can do it on your own. Yeah, but then at the end of the day, what you gonna do? Well, what's gonna do? I'm confused by that question. No, I'm saying you said then do it on your own. If you could do it on your own, then what was the point of even getting married? What was the point of even going through? Well, I'm talking about you said thing. Before you even get married, figuring that part out. Once you're married, you need each other. That's the point. Once you're married, you need your spouse. Yeah, because we are one. Yeah, one exactly. You can't do one without the other. Just I just said, that God said that Adam cannot, be by himself. Yeah. So once you're married, that's it. It should be it. It's not always it, but it should be it. You need each other, and if you don't if you can't figure it out, if you don't think you need each other, then you need to figure it out. Yeah, but how I think I saw a clip where they said that they asked people that were married divorced that 75% said that they would have probably did things differently or would have still been married if they would have did things differently. Right. Because it's all about emotion. Just like while you left based on emotion. Yeah, I did. You didn't leave based on logic. Yeah. I was logically thinking. I was like, Todd, this is not going to work. I said, I understand you want to get away. I was like, why don't you just go back and visit? I just for a month. I was like, why don't you just go back and visit for 2 weeks? Right. I remember saying, now the conversation was coming back. I always forgot that conversation just now. I said, why don't you just go visit? No, I want to go live. I need this. And I said, okay. But I said, but it's not going to work. Yeah. Because logically, I could see it not going to work. Yeah. But you was like, no. I said, okay. And to my, I hate saying this, to my credit, I was like, go ahead. Yeah. And try it out. And I was okay with that. And to be honest with you, when I felt a sense of relief for me for a minute, because we wasn't arguing like that. I didn't have to go, I just didn't want to have to deal with it. So I did feel a sense of relief when I did have that time away. But actually, by you doing that actually brought us here. So hey, yeah. Everything happens for a reason. Because then I had got in trouble, and then I was stressed. Then. Yeah. And next thing you know, we moved here. So yeah. Hey, yeah, everything worked out for the good. It did. Like I always say, nothing negative. Everything negative, always a positive comes out. Yeah, I totally agree with that. But and I thought about it. I thought, well, we need each other, like you said, but to be stubborn like that and to who's being stubborn? I'm saying in general right now, listen to what I'm saying. To say that to your spouse is being stubborn. Oh, definitely. And selfish. Yeah, because you're like, I don't need you. Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
Mm-hmm.
You need your spouse for a lot of things.
You do. You do. Of course, you can always try to walk through this thing alone, but who want to do it alone?
I don't. Some people out there that want to do it alone. They
I
feel
wouldn't.
like they could do it better alone.
Me personally, I wouldn't.
You personally?
No, I wouldn't want to do it alone.
Did you always think that you could
Do what?
When did you realize you couldn't do it alone?
When I wanted to actually just be a family.
No, but you said you at one point you did think you could do it alone.
Right.
And when that happened, when did you realize you couldn't?
I realized I couldn't, like I said, when I wanted my family to be together.
Okay.
I wanted us to be a family.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to have to be calling you on the phone or go speak to your dad, or we're gonna FaceTime, or we're gonna do this, or we're gonna do that. It wasn't something that we couldn't work out. That's what I'm saying.
You just brought back horror stories with the doing math on FaceTime. Folks, if you ever have to do math with your child on FaceTime, that's the worst thing ever. Oh my goodness gracious. I was like, ooh, after that, my head was spinning.
Yeah. Yeah, that was absolutely crazy. But yeah, when you want your family to work and you want things to work out, you really need to get out of self. You know what I'm saying? Take the self out of it. Think about, and I think the hardest thing to do sometimes for some people when they want to stay in these selfish ways is to think about their spouse feelings.
Mm-hmm.
How it make them feel. Because we know at the time how it make you feel. Mad and upset, irritated, frustrated, all of these things, because you don't want to deal with what's at hand.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
And I'm a movie buff.
Mm-hmm.
I could bring it. No, I'm not gonna bring that up. But it was more just I was just thinking because God, when you don't think you need something, God will show you that you do.
Mm-hmm.
And when you don't think we need each other, God will show us, oh yeah, you do. You do need each other.
Yeah.
So to say that you don't need your spouse is just a lie in itself.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, you're being selfish, or you're
right.
You're being selfish, and you
right.
Is that doing on his own?
Go ahead.
You're being selfish, and it's just,
mm-hmm.
you're only thinking about yourself. You're not thinking about nobody else but yourself.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, folks.
Pedro let stuff distract him. Just
excuse
talk,
me, the
babe.
camera's going all
I know,
over
babe,
the place.
It's okay.
Distracting.
It's okay, babe. Keep going.
Should have had this worked out.
It's all right. It's all right.
I forgot what I was going to say now. Oh, so pretty much, true partnership is cemented by couples who frequently verbalize their need for one another.
Mm-hmm.
And it can go with different things with, just doing things together. You have to have a mutual admission that you need each other. I think you both need to admit that I need you, you need me.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't, then it can cause the issues that can, start to eat away at your marriage.
Yeah.
And then you start to feel, you start to go into those thoughts that you don't need each other.
Mm-hmm.
And then the emotion takes over.
Mm-hmm.
And then you start, oh, maybe I really don't need them. Maybe I could do this on my own.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the case at all.
Yeah.
Especially, like a woman would need a male. As God has pretended, I know this the new world, but need the male to provide, to protect, to be there, to have your back.
Right.
And the male also need the woman to have his back, provide,
nurturing,
protect,
loving,
loving,
Mm-hmm.
Things like that. Is I think I told you, I was listening, and the guy made a point that when you're married and you're facing each other, when things go wrong, you see that person's, you start blaming the spouse.
Right.
But if you turn your back to each other, you'll be able to fight off all the things that are happening. Because in the Bible it says, we have a breastplate of armor, we have this the feet,
right,
we have the sword, we have the shield, we have the
Mm-hmm.
helmet,
Mm-hmm.
but there's nothing on your back.
Right.
So when you're looking at each other and you're blaming each other, it's like the devil's tapping you on the back.
Mm-hmm.
and he's making you see things in a different light.
Mm-hmm.
But when you have your back to each other, your back is protected, and you're fighting off the devil.
Right.
You're fighting off those evil spirits. You're fighting off those evil things.
Mm-hmm.
You're fighting off the bills. You're fighting off the whatever's going on, in your life, the stresses, the disappointments. You're fighting it off together because you're back to back and you're fighting as a thing. And I said
And that goes to praying together.
Well, yeah,
that's basically what it's saying. Yeah.
Well, you definitely have to pray together. Mm-hmm. That's the number one.
Mm-hmm.
Pray together and stay strong together.
Right.
And
I think the best thing to do when you're going through those hard times, when you're feeling like you don't need your spouse, I think it's a good time for you to evaluate yourself. What are some of the things that you said, or some of the things that you did that contributed to the situation? You see what I'm saying? Take responsibility for your actions. Take responsibility for the things that you say. And because, we say things out of our mouth that will hurt our spouse. How do we expect for them to then react? Do we want them to, if we say a nasty thing to our spouse, we really suspect for them to then react in a loving way? You know what I'm saying? Then it's going to do is cause the spouse to then become upset, defensive, and then he going to be saying some things. And then now you both back at each other. And then guess what? Now you at a divide.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody is listening. Nobody's together. But if you think about it for a minute and be like, you know what? I'm wrong. I was wrong for what I said. And I did that to you earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I did it to you earlier today.
I'm glad you said that because
I did it to you earlier today.
Because I was told the other day that I'm always throwing you under the bus.
Yeah.
So I was like, I can't say nothing because the person's going to be like, you threw under the bus again.
Yeah.
I'm glad you said that, not me.
No, I'm saying I did that earlier, but that's the point, to let me do that. So the point is it's not all the time in your place to do it, because then you make it trying to seem like you're trying to put more light source on yourself than just letting it happen.
I know, that's why I didn't say nothing.
So what I'm saying, to take responsibility for your actions and the things that you may have said that caused a fight or issue that probably could have been absolutely prevented. But we sometimes do things.
But to your defense, and I'm actually going to defend you.
Okay.
In your defense, you was really doing it out of love, and you was doing it not to be annoying. You was doing it because you're concerned. You want to make sure that everything, goes right.
Well,
so
yeah.
In your defense, and you're probably more upset than me. What happened, folks? I lost my phone.
Yeah, we went to go eat lunch,
and I left my phone on top of the car.
This week.
Drove off and lost my phone. And I think it's pinging out an address, but I'm not gonna go to the address.
Right.
I'm trying to get the police involved, but I switched to a new phone, and the phone was set where unknown calls would go straight to voicemail, which I did not realize. So the police were calling me, but it was going straight to voicemail. So I had to call back, reset up a new appointment, blah, blah, blah. And, and so she was like, oh, you should have made sure it's on the unknown. I'm like, I didn't even know, I haven't used this phone in like a year. I didn't even know the phone was even like that. Because when I had the phone before, it was like I had it and I just put it down and left it as a backup. I forgot that I had did that. So how was I supposed to remember that, a year ago? But, I think it was just, my wife can getting a little emotional sometimes and just keeps.
No, it didn't.
Flapping
sometimes
her gums.
I feel it didn't by being emotional. I was just being very strong about something. I was just like, dang, you should have, did
but
that.
You was listening,
what
if you was listening, you instead of flapping your gums and listening, you would have heard me say that.
I can flap my gums whenever I get ready.
Anyway, see right there, see.
But you didn't even have to say flap my gums though. Like that's a disrespectful.
How's that a disrespectful thing?
Because I would have never say flap your gums. That's just like saying
apologies.
that you're talking too much.
If you would have stopped talking,
you don't say that to people.
Okay, if you would have stopped talking, you would have heard me.
That's so inappropriate.
If you would have stopped talking, you would have heard me. Is that better?
Yeah, that's better.
Is that much better?
I mean, you didn't have to say flapping your gums. That's like, come on.
Okay.
Anyway.
Well, I apologize on here. I'm sorry.
You better apologize.
I take it back. Bring that. You don't talk. Shut up. Look, I take it back. Flapping your gums. Okay.
Okay.
So you want to go there? Oh, whatever. Whatever. But anyway, no, Badu, since I hurt your feelings, I apologize.
Thank you.
Anyway, like I said, I think we forget how when you was dating and stuff. I think sometimes you get so caught up and as you get into your marriage or whatever, that start doing things and then you think, oh, I don't need them. I don't need them anymore. I could do this on my own.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just not
Mm-hmm.
the case. I think we have to realize that and recognize
Because I
that we
think,
always need each other to uplift each other, to be there for each other, to help each other when they're down, to help each other when they're up, just in general,
I feel like if a person gets to that point where they feel like they don't have to, and they can do things alone, you really got a problem. You really need to talk to your spouse and feel and let them know, I'm feeling like I can do this by myself. I'm feeling like it's just me. You know what I mean?
Which it is just you.
But yeah. So I mean, that happens.
It does happen.
You know
You
what I
can
mean?
keep it on your beautiful face.
It absolutely happens. And it shouldn't be like that, but it is. It's messed up. But
now who's distracted?
no, I'm not. I'm just saying, I like I was saying, a person that when you have gotten to that point, like I just stated, that you feel like you can do it by yourself, like what make you get to that point? What make a person feel like they could do it by themselves? What make a person feel like you don't need your spouse? Because if that's the case, that's like I said, why you even in a union with a person that if you can do it all by yourself?
Well, I think we need each other because of the simple fact that we need each other because of the simple fact that when you're getting too ahead of yourself, I'm there to pull you back, and vice versa. And when when I'm going too far, you're able to pull me back.
Yep.
It's like I always tell people that we're actually not alike. We're actually total opposite of each other.
Yeah.
I really believe that. But the opposites help each other. It allows us to help each other. We think alike. We're at a point now in our marriage where we definitely think alike.
Yeah.
But we can sit there and be like, I know what you're thinking. Not a good idea.
Right.
No, don't do that. So that's how I know that we definitely need each other.
Yeah.
And I definitely know, like, I need you to help me with things, because you can say when something's wrong,
right.
You know when something's right. You know when I'm not feeling good or when I'm stressed about something. You can kind of tell, just like I could tell. And also, like, you start learning each other and understanding each other better.
Right.
That's how I know we need each other. You gotta just start remember the things. Then I think about how was it when I was living independently or living by myself.
How was it?
Lonely.
Yeah.
Lonely.
I could imagine.
My mother always said that I could never be by myself. I was always gonna be married.
She said that to you?
Yeah, she said that.
She didn't lie either.
Yeah, I can never be by myself.
She didn't lie about that.
Yeah, I can't. Nah, I'm not a by yourself kind of guy.
Yeah.
Even though I like to be by myself when you're here, I'm still not a by myself guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I gotta. I gotta. We got a thing. We gotta be together.
And
that's the thing. You finally fixed it.
So anyway, so we
keep your hands down.
It's nothing wrong with having or wanting to have a companionship.
Oh no.
It's nothing wrong with that. But when you had a companionship, appreciate them. Appreciate the bad and the good times. I think in a marriage, when you realize that you start appreciating your spouse, then it make it different. It make it a totally different thing. And I think that's the thing.
Yes.
For the most part.
You want to fix that?
So they just keep going. We can't.
I'm just saying. Okay.
They just keep going. We can't control that because I won't even put this on YouTube if that's the case.
Why are you going into that? Just say.
I'm not. I'm just saying because you keep you letting it distract you, babe.
Okay.
Pedro letting the camera distract them instead of just keep talking. Just keep talking, babe.
No problem. And I definitely know we need each other when it comes to the children.
Yeah.
I know there's the co-parenting, and I understand that. I understand people, like that they can co-parent and they feel that they can survive that way and they can do things that way.
Yeah.
But I really just feel with us being together, it's helped us to balance out.
Yeah.
Because, you have one way of, you have one way of dealing with the kids, and I have another way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I sometimes have to say, like, you know, we have to let them do things on their own and lose, you know, and like learn from their mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
We can't sit there and tell them everything to do.
Yeah.
You know, we got to let them make mistakes and learn on their own.
And how hard it would be to sometimes see them go through that sometimes. And you just want to, you know, as a parent, you want to control every narrative of your child's life and what they may experience and go through. And especially if you see them hurt, you
Well, if
really
you
want
control
to.
everything that they go
No, I'm
through,
saying in
then
the sense of when you find them hurt and they start learning life and people, and let's say they start dating or something like that, you want to control them from being hurt, but you know they're going to have to experience it.
yeah,
You know they're going to have
they
to
have
go
to
through
experience
it.
hurt. That's how they learn.
Right.
They
But
only
I'm just
learn.
saying.
This is how they learn. They learn from being hurt.
Mm-hmm.
They don't learn if you go and fix the situation for them.
Mm-hmm. No, they don't.
You know,
They don't.
you know, and you know, I'm a strong proponent of, you know, two family, a man and a woman and family.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I know in today's world it's not going to be possible all the time.
Yeah.
But you know, sometimes it's because of death, sometimes it's because of divorce, sometimes it's separation, and different things. Reason why, so it does, you know, happen. I come from a single family, a single mom raising up to my 14. So I've had both sides.
Yeah.
And I must admit, I enjoyed 14 and up, even though the first couple of years were kind of rough. But I think we need each other too for like talking, you know, opening up.
The bounce stuff off of, yeah.
Yeah, to bounce stuff off of. I think you force, you know, somebody said, actually, yeah, being married would teach you to be honest with yourself. Because being married will show just how selfish you are.
Well, yeah, being married to someone or married to someone bring the worst out in you, or show the worst part of yourself.
Yes.
Okay, got you.
It will show. Like I was saying to you the other day that when I first met you, I wouldn't share my food with you, but now I will.
Yeah.
Honestly, you know, I would be like, nah, you ain't having none of my food.
But I never really used to ask for your food.
Yeah, but you're missing the point.
I know I'm missing the point.
Because even with the children, I would be like, you know, I'll take their food, I'll take their drinks or something. But you know, I would, you know, but I'm just saying, you anyway. It's not that you even ask for my food all the time.
I know what you mean.
The reason why you didn't ask for my food is because you was eating before you came to see me.
I was.
Let's not go there because that's a sore point.
Yeah.
I was cooking meals for you.
Yeah.
5-course meals for you. You had the appetizers, the main meal, dessert, and the drink, and you wouldn't drink any of it. I was making some banging meatloaf. I don't care what you say. It was a banging meatloaf.
Yeah.
I
knew you could cook.
You was only eating like
so
2
I was
pieces.
happy about that.
I'm full. What you mean you're full? You only had 2 bites.
I knew you could cook, so I was really happy about that. I was like,
whatever.
oh, you can cook, so hey.
Whatever.
You know, so that was really good.
You know, and then like I said earlier, I think just do we need your spouse? Yeah, we need your spouse for when those times get rough. You need somebody to lean on. You need somebody to cry to. You need somebody to talk to. You know, we have God and we can talk to him all day long. But sometimes just having that physical.
Yeah.
Oh, and then definitely, number one, for me, why I need my spouse.
No hand gestures.
I'm sorry, you're right. Number one, why I need my spouse. What's it? SOS. I need my spouse.
What's SOS?
Skin on skin.
Skin on skin. Oh gosh.
I need my spouse.
That's right. That's right.
Because I was gonna say something, but I had to stop just now.
Oh god.
Oh my goodness, that would not been appropriate. So I'm glad I caught myself. but anyway, yes. So that's the number one why I need my spouse.
Yeah.
They say that they say if you have if you have SOS, you sleep better, you feel better, and you have a better relationship.
You sleep close to your partner.
Yeah.
Rub on your partner.
Yeah.
You know, stuff like that. Yeah. The connection. That's what you mean is skin on skin.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what I mean. Yes. I'm
just saying it for the people that be like, you know, they're trying to understand it. So.
Cuddle and, you know, hug and hold.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
And some people say, I don't need that. I can get a bear or I can get teddy bear. I can get a long pillow, pregnant pillow.
Go ahead.
Do that.
Go ahead.
But yeah,
you'll be lonely by yourself.
yeah, but seriously, I think it's definitely as important. I think we need each other in so many ways. And I think we shouldn't take that for granted.
No.
You know what I mean? We really, really shouldn't. And I think it also just enjoying your spouse, having fun with your spouse, talking to your spouse. So when those hard time comes, you be like, look, okay, let's just talk this. Let's talk this through. You know, let's just talk this out. And sometimes you just need to give each other a little space. Give each other a little space, think about it, then regroup, then come back together, and then sort that thing out. But don't stay there. Don't hold on to it. Let it go. Talk about it. Pray about it. And all of those things. Say your point. He say his point. She say her point. Get it all out there, but don't let it continue to linger for too long. So I don't think that's a healthy thing.
It's not healthy at all.
Mm-hmm.
I was just looking up something because I was just trying to think of.
Mm-hmm.
We were just talking about needing each other, not living independently.
Mm-hmm.
Remember we saw that report on who I told you they've been married 20 years,
Right,
and they have not lived together at all ever. I couldn't. Could you do that?
No.
What was it, Shirley Ralph?
Yeah.
She's married to a congressman. They've been married 20 years.
Yeah.
And she lives in LA. He lives in Pennsylvania.
Right.
They've never lived together.
I couldn't do
They're
that.
married. And she said they're still married. They're happily married and everything. And I said, well, hey, that works for them.
She said that's what works for them. So,
but no way, no how.
Everybody do. You see that everybody, do things differently. What works for some people may not work for other people.
I don't think that works for many people. It may be like
I couldn't be married to somebody
of the population that work for maybe 1%.
Yeah, but she got her own house and he got his own house, and they literally see each other every 2 weeks.
That's crazy.
Living in 2 different homes.
That's crazy. No way, no how.
That's crazy. I couldn't do that.
Because like we talked about,
it's just like pretty much kind of like living single but married.
When
having a bit of both.
I need my spouse when I'm having a bad day. I can come home and,
You gonna talk to me about it?
Maybe.
Yeah, but yeah.
It depends on how your mood is. I have to feel the temperature in the house when I come in to see.
Oh gosh.
Because if the kids are stressing you out, then I have to wait.
Yeah, wait and be like, okay, I'm gonna come to you in a minute.
I'll come to you in a minute. Exactly. Yeah. I have to then give you a chance to decompress. I recognize that. I can't just always come in and start rambling because sometimes without you, especially when they're teenage years, they be working on nerves.
Listen, teenage years are the hardest.
Oh my goodness, they be working on nerves. Children. That's why I definitely not need my spouse, because otherwise, if I didn't have my spouse, I would have killed one of my kids by now.
I honestly don't see how
I wouldn't have killed them. I would have hurt them.
I don't see how some single people do it with teenage kids. I don't know. I couldn't. I dare have to be like, I'm calling your daddy, or he'd be like, I'm calling your mama, or whatever. But to just be doing it all by yourself is hard.
Oh, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? I kudos to the ones that doing it. I'm really praying that God give you the strength to deal with these teenagers. I'm praying that God give you the strength to deal with their attitudes and all their different ways. Because Lord Jesus.
Definitely. Especially girls.
Man,
some boys too.
Some boys can give it to you too.
Some boys can give it to you too. But girls, oh my goodness. They think they know it all. They be trying to do it all. And then on top of that, do extra.
Yeah.
And you just like,
I'm
ready to knock you out.
Yeah, man. It's something else. But we
know what? That's why we need each other. We're gonna start doing. We're having a discussion with them. We're gonna do like a tap out.
Yeah.
So like if you're talking and you're thinking, I'm gonna tap you on the shoulder. You just walk away, then I keep on going.
Yeah.
We're gonna try that. I've seen that before. We're gonna try that.
Yeah, that's fine. I think it's very important to try different tactics in your marriage, just so you guys can get through your issues. You see what I'm saying? You don't want to get to the point where you arguing all the time, nonstop, at big, small, whatever. You just need to, and that's why you can't be like that. Let's talk it out. Let's work it out. Let's find ways that's going to help us get better. Let's talk to someone. Let's go to counseling. Let's talk to somebody that's going to be a mediator between us, somebody you can trust. But, work this thing out.
True.
Don't let the devil in your marriage. 'Cause that's all he wants is to divide the home.
We talked about that. That's
Mm-hmm.
the because you were saying the children. I was
And
like,
then,
I don't think it's the children.
you
I
know,
think
and it ain't
it's
that he's waiting on an opportunity where you both are mad, where you both are at a situation where he's like, oh, now I can go in and have them
well, you
thinking.
actually don't need both to be
No,
mad.
I'm just saying. I'm just thinking of a scenario here that he can jump in both of their heads and be like, look, oh, one person can say, you know what, I don't even need you.
But that's
I
my
don't even
point.
need.
We don't
We
need
don't even have
both.
to do this.
But you don't need both. You need just one.
Just one. But I'm just saying it could be. I'm talking from both perspectives here.
I know, but I'm just
Yeah.
saying. I'm talking from the single. It don't need both. You just need one. You just need one person saying, I don't need you. You know, just like I said, going back to the beginning of the conversation, all it took was for you to be emotionally thinking, I need to get away.
Yeah.
You know, I don't need you. I can do this. You was thinking you could do it on your own. So here's the thing: if you had went and you had done everything, you went found a job and everything like that, it would have been, you probably wouldn't have came back as fast as you did.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't come back that fast, but you know what I mean. You wouldn't have came back. You would have been like, "Oh, I'm doing well. I'm doing good. You know, this could work. I'll just come visit you and I'll go
God
back."
did not allow for it
That's
to
right.
work.
I didn't
He
say God
closed every single
because he knew
door.
that it was not going to work because he know you needed your
He
spouse.
closed every single door, and I was like, "Why? I have experience.
Because
Why?
you need your spouse. That's why."
Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
He showed me a lot.
Mm.
God showed me a lot. But I think it was just, I think once we finally got back together and worked out our issues, God really started to show me and you that, look, we need each other. And at the end of the day, he blessed us with these children. They need their parents. You know,
Well, forget the children. We need each other anyway. Even if we didn't have children.
No, I know that, but I'm just saying.
Because that's how we survive. You know, Adam needed Eve. You know, we always talk. That's why he ate the apple, because he knew he needed Eve. Eve ate the apple first. We forget, or not apple, ate the fruit.
I'm about to say, you better correct that.
Yeah, correct. I'm sorry, not the apple, the fruit. That's right. It wasn't an apple. It was a fruit. Sorry.
You got caught up in
the
worldly thing.
The worldly thing from it. Yeah, no, eating the fruit. And when he had the choice, he picked Eve because he wanted Eve.
That's right.
You know? And hey, that's the way it works sometimes. But I definitely that's why I said I think sometimes, it goes back to what I was saying earlier about we was asking the question. I think the woman most times thinks they don't need the husband.
Or the man may sometimes think he don't need the wife.
No, I'm just saying most times it's the woman that think they don't need the husband.
That's not necessarily true.
I
don't agree.
Maybe we investigated. We looked it up.
Fact?
I don't know. We can look it up and see.
But I'm just saying, I don't think that's true. I think it's some men out here that want to do whatever they want to do and do their own thing, and they feel like they don't need their wife or their family, and they done, and they want to do. You know what? I don't want to be married anymore. That happens on both sides.
I didn't say that. I just said I think most time, that is the woman. I'm just giving my opinion.
And I'm giving mine.
Yeah, exactly. So we have two separate opinions, and that's it.
That's it. That's it. So take it for what it is.
Exactly.
Okay.
If the man is rich, he probably would, because he's got power.
What that supposed to mean?
I think sometimes men with power have a tendency to think they rule the world, so they try to do their own. They think that they could just do their own thing, and there's no repercussions. But like I said, it just depends.
Yeah.
Maybe because I've been looking at too many celebrities.
Maybe so. I mean, I don't know if that happened in the average.
Who knows?
Life of some people.
Yeah.
But maybe it could, in the sense of, okay, for instance, if the man is the breadwinner and the wife is at home with the children, so he could feel like he could control the money aspect of things and how things could be handled in that sense, making the wife feel like her only purpose is, just to handle the kids in the house, and she don't have
Well,
no say in nothing else.
That's an old school way.
No, I'm just
They've been
saying.
doing- that
So
was
it
like the
could be
60s and 70s.
Yeah,
and
but I'm just saying some people think
50s.
like that though.
Yeah.
Some people think like that.
Yeah.
And that's more of a control thing, I think. You know what I'm saying? Like I think, yeah, you can be the breadwinner, but then you could still be equal in it, in the sense of bringing the wife apart along. You know, it's like, okay, here you go, honey. Here you go to check for you to pay the bills. So you sort everything. Because some husbands don't want to have to deal with paying the bills and calling and doing all that. So the wife will do it. Here go the checkbook, blah, blah, blah. So now she's feeling equal in the sense she know what's going on with the finances. She know how much money is left over. She know all of these type of things. He's not trying to do everything and closing her out.
Well, I think you should both be included, because if
I'm
something
just saying.
happens,
I just said a scenario.
I know, because if
You know what I'm
something
saying?
happens, she needs to be able to know how to handle it.
What I'm saying, that's what I'm saying. I don't think you should do everything. Let her pay the bill. Let her do this. Let her know what's going on, because one of us gonna die one day, and we need to know what's going on and know what's up.
You do know what's going on. You don't be looking at me like that.
I know. I'm just saying,
because you got access to all the accounts.
I'm just saying. I already know what I have access to.
I know you do, because you do.
You know what I'm saying? I already know.
And my life insurance,
right? You know,
if I be hoping.
What if you do what? Don't play with me. So yeah,
I'm past the year of my life insurance, so now you know.
Yeah, so we both got it.
It could be accidental.
No, that's not funny.
No, you seriously, like they said the first year they won't pay out if you try to harm yourself.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
they do that though.
Oh my gosh,
they do.
Whatever.
Hey, the struggle is real, man. Men and women are struggling mentally. I'm not trying to I'm laughing, but I'm dead serious. It's the struggle. People are struggling out there.
Yeah.
That's why you need your spouse more than ever.
Exactly. And you know why people struggle? Because they end up getting divorced and they don't find another spouse, and they're alone and they want companionship, and they can't, and they date and they can't find really the right one that is one for them. But the one was for you, was the one you was married to. If you just would have worked things out in the first place, then guess what? You wouldn't be alone. You'll be married.
Well, wait. Let's pump the brake on that one.
Okay, pump the brake.
Because you know what? That is true. But what if the marriage was in a toxic relationship?
A toxic situation?
Yes. And you tried and you counseled.
If the person don't want to change.
And the person don't want to change, you're not going to stay with that person.
Well, yeah, I see that.
Yeah, because let's pump the brake on that one. Because you make it seem like no matter what, you're going to be married to death do you part. Like, come on.
Okay. Well,
I'm not advocating.
Excuse me, that's what the vows say.
I understand that, but what does it say? If the man cheats on you?
No, infidelity is the only way out of marriage.
Infidelity is the only way out of marriage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but so you still supposed to stay with them? Would you have stayed with me if I cheated on you?
I don't know. I don't honestly. Okay, fine. I answer it honestly. I don't know if I could have still been with you knowing that you penetrated someone else.
I can't believe you said that.
I wouldn't have been happy with that. No, I'm being real. I'm being 100%.
I just thought you were gonna say be with somebody else. You talking about something if I penetrate, like you have to make sure you make sure you pointed that out. Like
I'm saying I couldn't have. I could, you know why? Because it just wouldn't have made me feel some way. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to work things out with you, knowing that you've been with someone. I don't know. I can't say, I ain't gonna never say never. I'm just saying I don't know if I could have did it. I don't know.
That's fair.
I don't know, because it just would have made me insecure in our marriage. Because now you slept with someone else.
I already know what you've been thinking.
You know what I'm saying?
Is he thinking of her while he's with me?
Yes, like you really doing that.
I already know you. That's what you've been thinking.
Okay, so vice versa, you would have felt the same way, right?
Nope.
You lying.
Huh.
So a man wouldn't have thought, oh, she was with another man, and you wouldn't have thought that.
Nope.
Okay.
You forget my story, and I'm trying not to really go into it, but you forget.
Okay.
What? I did that.
I understand that, but still, it's not with the one that you was in love with.
It's not about being in love. You said being married to.
Okay.
I was not faithful in my previous marriages.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, it can be done.
Yeah.
For a male, I don't know about it for a woman, but for a male, yeah, easy.
Sleep with a woman and not think of the woman you was with before?
Yeah,
How is that possible?
easy.
Because basically, then okay, so it wasn't no connection, intimacy. I mean, the one connection in that way.
Oh, it's always a connection, but you just mentally, you it's possible.
Okay,
That's possible.
because you went
That's
in
probably
with,
why. That's
because you
probably
went
why.
in, because so a
That's
man
probably why
mind
it's
goes
easier.
into it,
Listen,
so
that's
it's
why
just
it's
sex.
easier.
That's
That's
it.
probably why it's easier for men to have multiple partners than it is for women.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, my hands.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's easier for a man to have multiple partners than a woman,
Mm-hmm.
because we can kind of, as I said, we think logically, so we can kind of
So you be like, look,
like
this
put
is
them
sex.
in
This is sex.
lanes.
Is sex. That's it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So a
Yeah.
woman that's having
Some
a
women,
sexual encounter
some women are like that. Some women can
do that.
do that,
Okay.
and some men can't do that. Some men it will affect, and they go crazy
Mm-hmm.
because they fall head over heels.
Wow.
So it works both ways. But I'm just talking about it. You asked me specifically, and I'm saying, yeah, easily.
Okay.
Easily.
I get that.
I needed my spouse, but I thought I needed more.
Oh, the point of needing more.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
But if I just stayed with my spouse and needed them more, I'd probably still be married to them. But
Yeah.
luckily, that's not what God intended, and I'm married to you now for a beautiful 19 years.
Oh, that's wonderful.
What'd you say? What?
I said that's wonderful.
It is wonderful.
Yeah, that's what I
I'm
said.
very happy.
Yeah.
Some days.
Yeah. Oh gosh, me too.
Not early. I was pissed as heck last time. Earlier.
Well, you gotta control your emotions.
Oh, don't do that.
Anyway,
Don't
moving
do
on.
You're
We at our
gonna
segment.
start this thing on this podcast. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't tell me control my
fine.
emotions.
We at this part of our of the show where we are doing our cards. Beep beep beep. So now
is that the right button?
Yeah. So yeah, Pedro gonna explain that to you guys what the cards are.
So we pretty much have this thing called intimacy deck.
Mm-hmm.
And it has different categories. We have past, random, life, relationships, intimacy, and about you.
Mm-hmm.
So which one you want to do today? Well, you got to move. You can't. Let me get these.
Okay.
Here,
about you.
These are all the ones we used. You're about to mix them up.
Random, life.
Which one would you like to pick today, sweetie?
Relationship.
Which color is that?
The blue one.
The blue?
This one.
Didn't we just do blue last week?
I think so.
It's so boring.
No, because we talking about. I thought it was appropriate because we're talking about a person that's saying that they don't need their spouse. So I just thought I
pick a card. Pick a card. Any card.
Okay, hold on. Picking it. Got it.
Got it.
Oh no! I had this one before actually, so I can't use that one. Let me pick another one.
Oh yeah, why is that in there?
I don't know, but okay.
Told you to get mixed up.
Okay.
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 Oh no.
I think I take this one. We still trying to decide. Oh gosh.
Go ahead.
Okay, so mine says, describe a situation where you lost trust in someone close to you. Oh, describe a situation where I lost trust in someone that was close to me. That would be you.
Yes.
Oh, right.
Or anybody else, maybe a family member.
Yeah, family member. I would say, the only thing I can think of is the time. Oh, when I didn't used to like, I didn't trust you in the sense of because you used to always. I didn't like that you used to always, come home with things, TVs and electronic devices, and you wouldn't tell me about it, or not all the time. You told me about the money, a money aspect of things.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't trust you in that sense when it came to money. I did not trust you because I know the minute you had it in your hands, and God knows what was going to happen to it. So I didn't, building that trust back, knowing that you sharing with me, this is what it is, or this is how much we got in the bank, or blah blah blah. That's when I started to say, okay, but it's a time. But I would say that was the only time.
I'm trying to
If I
think.
had to think of anything,
When I lose trust in
if
you.
that makes sense. Mhm.
Funny, I can't think of one time when I lost trust in you.
Mm.
I really can't. I don't know if it's when
Well, it
you
said someone close to you. Have you had someone close to you that you lost trust in?
it don't take much. You know how I lose trust in people when they say they're going to do something, going to do it.
That's what I would say. That makes sense.
That would be
Yeah.
just a general.
That's a
I'm gonna just
general
give
for
that
anyone.
because I'm very trustworthy. I'm very trusting and very forgiving.
Mm-hmm.
But the one thing I hate is when you say I'm gonna do something, you don't do it.
Mm.
And I try my best to do it. And if I can't do it, I say something to you.
Look, I can't do it.
I hate when somebody says they're gonna do, and then don't say why they can't do it, or don't do it, and then don't and like ghost you, or don't say. I hate that. I lose trust in you.
Yeah.
But in terms of, I can't always do everything I say I'm going to do.
Right.
But at least have the decency to call you and say, hey, or come
Look,
to
I
you
thought
and
I was going to be able
I
to.
thought I was going to be able to do it. It just doesn't look that way.
Right.
So that would be, that would be my answer.
Okay.
That would be my answer. So here goes my card.
Okay.
I feel the least love when you.
I feel the least love when you yell at me. I hate being yelled at.
That's funny because that's what you do to, it's funny. I was going to say the same thing. Get out my head.
Yeah.
Because that's what started today.
Oh, man.
You kept yelling. You kept raising your voice. Not that you
I wasn't yelling because I was mad.
I know.
I just had my high pitch.
Folks. I'm not saying that she was mad, folks.
I said I had a high pitch.
You just kept you kept elevating your voice
when I talked,
and it was unnecessary. And I'm like, why do you, I'm sitting right here? Could you stop elevating your voice?
Yeah.
Could you stop yelling?
Yeah. No, I mean yelling in the sense of when you angry, not yelling in the sense of that. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I feel at least love when I feel like when I don't have your full attention.
Mm-hmm.
Like holding your phone and you don't want to put your phone down.
I get that.
I'm going to blow. See, I'm blowing up your spot.
No, I don't care. I don't care.
Yeah, but because I feel like you're not paying attention to me when you're doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can see it. Then I'm actually, and then you come back to me and ask me like, what did you say? Or what did it? And I'm like, I already told you. You did? Yeah, I told you like 5 minutes ago.
I don't like when I don't have your attention when I'm talking. When I come down and I talk to you, and you act like you're so engrossed in what you're looking at.
No, wait. That's you know what? When you come downstairs and you see me doing something, you can't just come down and start talking and expect me to stop. No, because it don't work that way. It don't work that way. I'll come in, I'll sit down, you be on the phone or something. You know what? Because like sometimes you be on the phone and I don't even know you're on the phone. And you start talking to me like you're not even on the phone. Then you're like, oh, hey, sis. And I'm like, wait, you been on the phone with your sister the whole time? You're like, yeah. I'm like, how you holding two conversations?
It's easy.
No, it's not. Because you're not
multitasking.
No, you're not multitasking.
Yes, it is.
You're overtasking. Okay? You're overtasking and you're not multitasking at all.
Oh my God.
And you're not hearing, you're listening to me and no way you can hear us both.
Yeah, well, possibility that I could.
I got her on mute. No, get her off mute or I just come back and talk to you later.
You want my full attention.
Yes, and that's why I feel least love. I feel least love when you don't give me a full attention.
Okay. That's something we can work on.
Mm-hmm. And I make sure, because I try to make sure I give you my full attention.
Yeah, most times.
I said I try.
I said most times.
Exactly. So I did say I try. I don't always, but I do say I try. And if I'm not, I even say to you, you know what? I didn't hear nothing you just said. Could you please repeat it? I do say that to you.
Yeah.
You won't say that.
I do say that.
No,
sometimes.
you don't. You be like, you go right into, I heard you. Don't worry. I heard you. Don't worry. I heard exactly what you said. You will never, you don't ever say, whatever. So anyway, we're going to leave that alone.
That's me?
That's you.
Oh gosh.
So in closing and all that good stuff, we definitely need our spouse.
We do. We absolutely
definitely need somebody.
We do.
Because that is just the way God intended for us to be.
Mm-hmm. I totally agree with that.
Right?
I totally agree with that.
And as we told our children today, God, that was the whole purpose of marriage. And the whole purpose of Adam and Eve was to show that we do need our spouse. We do need each other.
We do.
Yeah.
We absolutely do.
Yeah. So
And and it makes you feel good knowing that you have someone.
because you get
that
memories, you could do things together, things you
Yeah.
do, and why want to do it all by yourself?
Yeah.
You
Right.
know?
Nobody want to do things by
No,
themselves.
I don't want to do it for a
The
dog
only
or a
thing you
cat.
should do, the
Because
only
a
thing
dog
you
and a
should
cat, is not going with you to
The
heaven.
only thing you should do by yourself is the bathroom. That's it. Just do the bathroom by yourself. Go take a
What?
shower, use the toilet, all those things.
Why you should wait?
You do that by yourself.
You don't gotta do that by yourself.
Yeah, you can.
Well, then I don't do it all by myself because people come in the bathroom all the time. You included.
Well, we got one toilet. What you suspect?
I know, but I'm trying to think, and you're like, la, 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 la. And I'm like, could you go outside? You like, why? I'm like, you know what? So that's a lie. Look at you. That's a lie.
Oh well, just say it.
Whatever.
Either way. Well, guys, we have came to the end of our show. And we were so happy. We had a little issue going on with our camera, but you know what?
My goodness,
it's all
made my
good.
shorts and everything.
It's all good.
I got a sweater on and I got on shorts because I'm trying to hide. And now they see the inner workings of our operation.
That's backstage, baby.
Backstage.
Live.
That's backstage pages, folks. Backstage passes. I said pages.
Backstage
passes.
live. There's nothing wrong with that. But
Whatever.
anyway. But y'all.
But thank you for sticking out with us, even though we had a little.
If you didn't came this
camera,
far in our show, please follow, share, subscribe, and like, and all those things.
And we want to thank Vintage Radio London listeners for listening in and staying with us the whole time. Well, you don't see it, so obviously you can stay with us the whole time, so it doesn't matter. You're just listening.
Yeah. So
we're gonna ask you that if you want to leave a question or a comment, that you could do it with Siddell. Is this? I never know how to say it.
Is it Siddle?
Siddle?
I think it's not. I don't know. It may not be Siddle, but you can spell it out for the people.
Yeah. So, like you said, like the podcast, share, subscribe, and it's Siddle.
Leave a question.
SLIDO.
That's right.
And the hashtag number is #1994436.
And the spelling of that is SLIDO again.
And the number is #1994436.
That's right.
So and it's anonymous.
Leave us a question.
Yeah, leave us a question or comment, and it's anonymous. And if you do, we'll actually talk about it in the beginning of the next podcast.
That's right. So and call your name if you like.
Exactly. Yeah.
Give you a shout out. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys again for joining us. This is Hear My Marriage Podcast.
This is Sarah.
This is Pedro.
And see you next week.
Peace.
Bye.